The 10mm Kikuyu is looking a little bit neglected at the moment. 8 weeks since I've really done anything to this apart from mowing, and even the mowing, I haven't mowed this in, it'd be 2 weeks. I had Luke from Silverstone Gardening mower from the other day and it's scalped. So I'm going to show you guys what's happened, what's happened since I've neglected it, and how I'm going to fix it. Bit of grooming, watch out. Yo mate, what up? Welcome to another lawn tip vid. That's for you, Caleb. Kikuyu is neglected. It has gone quite spongy because I have not been mowing this bad boy regularly. Temperatures have warmed up and it's just, we're at a shorter height of cut, so it tends to get a little bit spongy or thatchy quite a lot quicker. Now there is a couple of ways to prevent this. One, you could be mowing regularly and you'd be on top of it. Two, you can scalp your lawn back with a rotary mower. So you could cut down below your current height of cut, probably cut down till your lawn starts going quite brown and below your normal cutting height. So say if I was at 10mm, I'd probably scalp it back to like 7mm, either with my cylinder mower or the rotary mower if your rotary mower is going to go that low. Then for your next couple of cuts, you want to raise your height of cut back up to your 10mm. This is just an example. And then your lawn will come back, be nice and green, get rid of quite a lot of that thatch. So thatch is like when your lawn gets quite spongy and you get quite a lot of dead or organic material sitting in your lawn. And I'll show you guys when we pull some out in a minute what it actually looks like. But this lawn is spongy, and the way I can tell is underfoot it feels a lot thicker, and when I run the mower over it, it actually feels like the mower floats around a bit, and it's really hard to keep some straight stripes on this Kikuyu lawn. It's hard enough as it is on this area because it's a slope, but when it's thatchy, it's 10 times worse. The other way to do it is to actually groom, or you can scarify your lawn, but we're going to groom it today with a grooming reel. So let me show you guys what that is. So here is my Protea mower here, which I use for scarifying and renovation time. I've actually swapped out the cartridge to a grooming reel. Some people like to call it a vertimowing reel. It really depends on where you're from Western Australia. You guys are going to call it a vertimowing reel. On the golf course we always call it a grooming reel. So what it looks like is we have lots of little blades in here that basically nick down into the canopy of your turf. So they actually nick down into the top layer of your lawn and pull out all that dead organic material, rip it out and make your lawn less thatchy and a lot thinner. Believe it or not, that is also going to help with water penetration into your soil to help get down to the roots, because they've got rid of all that dead stuff underneath the top of the turf, but it's on top of the soil level as well. So it's going to help with water penetration, and it's also going to help your lawn take up liquid fertilizers and granular fertilizers a lot better as well. So this is something you don't need to worry about too much if you're cutting your lawn up around 25, 30, 40, 50 mil. It's not going to be as big of an issue. When you start getting down to tighter, finer turf, you find that your lawn does get quite a lot thicker, and this can become a problem. Now, I'll be honest with you guys as well, I did have plant growth regulator on here. It did rebound and I didn't apply any more plant growth regulator on here, so it wore off, and it then goes into what they call a rebound stage. And when that happens, your lawn tends to grow quite a lot thicker, and it can cause thatch issues if you're not regularly applying your plant growth regulator. So that's also my fault for doing that. So this is why we need to thin it out now. Because the lawn has got so thick from that plant growth regulator, it has caused an issue because I didn't reapply quick enough. I'll leave the catcher off today just to show you guys how much stuff we're going to get out of here. So this is set not to go to the soil, it's just going to get the stuff that's above the soil. So come down beneath the top of the turf and get the dead stuff in between. So let me show you guys how this works. This is satisfying and it doesn't leave too much of a mess. Let's start her up, let's get it done. So it's hard to see, but you can see it's starting to pull out a couple of bits here and there. Here's some of the brown stuff underneath. So it's thinned that out a little bit. And we've just got it pulling up a lot of these nasty runners, which will allow us to actually cut those off when we go and bring the cylinder mower in. But it's bringing out a lot of this thick stuff in here, and it's just thinning out the canopy more than anything. You can see through here, it's lifting up a lot of this nasty looking stuff as well. Like, look at that long sucker. Look, you can tell how PGR works too. Look how thick and close together everything is there. That is ridiculous, man. Love it. Looks so good. But we are going to do 2, 3, possibly 4 passes on this whole area. Thin it out quite a bit. After the first pass, I'm probably going to get the catcher out, because I just want to show you how much I get off one pass in this whole area. It's not going to be a ton, because we're pulling out the stuff from underneath. We're not going heavy like when we scarify. So, and we're not doing the deep groom either. This is the thing, we're only doing a light groom here today, just to thin out the canopy a bit, stop the mower floating, and allow water to get down and nutrients on top of that as well. Generally, you do this once a month when you start getting your hider cut down below 10 and anything below, with Cooch, Kikuyu, those, and even Zoysia as well, just to really stop it getting uber thick and like hard to mow. Now, I am aware that not everyone is going to have access to a groomer. You can hire guys out to come and do it for you, as you can imagine. But if you don't, you can honestly use a scarifier, go over it a few more times, and just set it really, really light so it's not ripping into the soil too much. Not a big issue if it rips in the soil a little bit. You probably just wouldn't have to do it as often, like once a month. Or you can just scalp it with your cylinder mower, and that's going to get a lot of the above ground thatch as well. The cool thing about this though is when you're grooming, it's not actually disturbing the surface, as you guys can see. Still got colour in here, but it's pulling all the stuff up and allowing the grass still to look nice. That's why it's so good to use on bowling greens, golf courses, because it's not going to disturb play. You know what I mean? It's going to firm things up, make things a little bit quicker, but it's honestly not going to disturb play. And make it look nasty, because and honestly it's really, really hard to scalp a golf green when you're mowing down at like 3 or 2 mil. When you start cutting into sand after that. But yeah, this is why we use groomers, it's when you start getting to that fine turf, like it really does make a difference. And it's a little bit of a next level thing, but it's fun. Like, I really enjoy this sort of lawn care. I think it's really is exciting stuff. Sounds ridiculous, but I love it. So as I mentioned, we're not going to get a ton of this stuff out. You can see here, this is sort of what we're getting. But I'll show you guys how much we get off one pass with the catcher on. Now, we are collecting a little bit of sand, but not a lot. I'm pretty sure the sand's up from where I pulled that tree out anyway, so I'm probably not catching any sand, apart from when I ran over that area over there. So I'll put the catcher on, show you guys how much we get out of here. So when you do this, make sure you do an opposite pass. So we've gone that direction, so now we'll go straight up and down, then we'll go on a diagonal after that, and I might go a 4th time. We'll see how we go. It's a nice big mower, so it doesn't actually take that long to do it, which is nice. let me show you how much we got out of here from just 2 passes. If we have a look here, that's how much we've got at 2 passes. Now this size area we just did is just under 100 square meters, so it's not very big. We've got all this brown stuff. It will bring out some of your green stuff as well, but a lot of that is just our above ground thatch. So instead of scalping it, we can just get it out with that grooming reel. So I'm just going to go over it 3 times for today. I think that would be enough. I'll find out once I do a cut afterwards. I'm going to cut this as well afterwards, show you guys how it looks after we've completely tidied it up. But mate, it's pulled out a lot of the crap. It's thinned out the canopy as well, which is great. So that's why it's pulled out some of the green stuff, which honestly is not a problem because it was getting way too thick and the mower's just floating, as I said. So let's go finish off the other half and then we'll give this a cut, and I'm going to show you guys how it looks as an end result after grooming it, and then we might even give the lawn a little bit of a fertilize because man, it is hungry. I haven't given it any liquid fert or granular fert for over 6 weeks, so it's holding good colour to be honest, considering that. And I haven't watered this since the start of the season when I applied the barricade, so it's looking pretty good.
Whatever you want, I'll settle for nothing, as long as we can keep the fire. I'll do whatever you do, follow you anywhere, if our chances are getting brighter. But I want you to know, I can't help but fight this feeling. I want you to try, imagine living without it, without it. So let's go.
Whoa, that is done, man. Got quite a bit off there as well. That was a lot harder to do. For some reason, the right side of the back roller kept slipping on the angle. It's heavy, man. I'm stuffed up. Look at this. I'm sweating. I am sweating. But yeah, it's probably got similar amount off to the other side. So this side didn't feel as spongy as this side either. So I guess that's probably why. I don't know. Maybe a lot of it just dropped out the bottom of the catcher. But yeah, you can see here, there's actually still quite a lot in there. Actually, it's probably a bit more, to be honest, now that I'm looking at it. Mate. So I'm not sure how much of this you guys can see, but you can see that it's pulled up quite a bit of runners with that groomer, which they'll get cut off with the mower when we come through with the mower, which is a great way if you find your runners are starting to grow on top. Using a groomer is a great way to get rid of those, or scalping your lawn back is another way to thin all those bad boys out as well. Because look, those are long suckers that it's pulled out, which is nice, and they will now be collected with that groomer. Now let's give this a double cut, give it an edge, show you guys how it looks.
Bring it in, another level and you feel like winning. You can tell, and we will surely be paying the price. Don't know about you, but I feel we're winning. So let's go. Heaven is worth fighting for, you know. I've been standing right next to you. Oh, I know it won't be easy, but it's true. We wouldn't regret what we
So I'm actually really surprised how much grass I got off that after using the groomer. So it was only mowed on Saturday, today is Monday, so 2 days ago, at that 10mm with a double cut. And we got so many catches off it. So I'd say when the groomers come over, it's actually lifted up the grass and stopped it laying over, because when sometimes you mow with a cylinder mower constantly, your grass does lay over. So it's lifted it up, and when we've come and cut, we've cut straight into it and taken a lot more grass off. So it has gone a little bit white from that. And this is just because I've left it for way too long in between mows, because of the green build and the irrigation and everything. It's a little bit white. So it's a good opportunity to put down some liquid fertilizer. We're due for it anyway. So I've got my mix here. This is my actual spring and autumn mix just here. Vitalize, Nourish, and our Brilliance. There's a couple of products just there. And then I always like to add some Enhance just to give it a nice dark green colour. So there's just some liquid iron in here with 1% magnesium and 12% nitrogen as well. So it's going to give you a bit of kick of growth. But it's mostly going to be for the colour that we're using this bad boy here. And these ones here are great for the organics in our soil, the microbes, help to chelate a lot of the nutrients. Like, it's just very, very great for our soil, which is why I love this stuff. Just want to mention as well, because I do get this question quite often, I apply this mix monthly. Well, I haven't been lately, I haven't applied it nearly in 2 months, as I was saying, but generally I apply it monthly, and I put down granular products every 10 to 12 weeks. That's what I tend to aim for, more focus on the liquids and to give it a bit of a boost with our granular. And you'll find when I start to work on the green as well, it's going to be very, very similar, and I'm going to be using those organics products basically to get a lot of organics and microbes and stuff into the soil, because it's straight sand over there. Let's put it out. Well, we're all done. Thanks guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions about the grooming process, how I did this, anything, make sure you chuck it down below. I'm going to be taking a week's break. We're going away on holidays, and my little brother's going to be house sitting the place. So I'll show you guys how this looks when I get back. I'm shooting this, it'll probably be a week and a half until I shoot something on here again to show you guys the results. Hopefully Taylor, you mow the lawn for me, bro. But yeah, thanks guys so much for watching, really appreciate it. Excited to get the green seeded as well. It's looking to be at around, it's either the end of January or the start of February, because we're going to sow the ryegrass around the green first for the collar, and then we're going to be sowing the bent grass after that ryegrass has maybe had about 1 cut on it or something. We don't have to be watering that side quite as much, just so we're not using so much water to get that much seed germinating. Anyway, thanks guys. Please.